She is a diploma holder in nutrition and health education and also in naturopathy and yoga. She has also secured an MBA degree in healthcare administration from FMS Delhi University in 2017. She has been in the panel of nutritional consultant at Apollo Cradle Hospital and has worked with various renowned organizations like VLCC, Nutri Health Systems, Jiva Ayurveda, and Prakash Hospital in the past. She has more than 12 years of experience in the field of wellness. Presently, she is serving as director in her own setup, Iodite Weight Loss and Wellness Center at Indirapuram, Ghaziabad. Thank you, Dr. Ankurita, for taking out time from your busy schedule. I welcome you and request you to deliver your talk and enlighten us. Over to you, Dr. Ankurita.
Thank you so much for inviting me today on this platform to speak about Ayurveda and immunity, COVID perspective. So I welcome you all. I hope my talk today will be delivering some knowledgeable addition to your already existing knowledge about COVID. So, before starting the session, as ma'am has introduced me, I have been into this industry of wellness and weight loss and managing diseases via Ayurveda. I would like to introduce what is Ayurveda because many of us are aware of it, but both many of us may not be aware of it. So, before starting, I would introduce what is Ayurveda. So, Ayurveda is that ancient science which has been treating people for over more than 5,000 years in different ailments. So Ayurveda is actually the way of life. It is the science that teaches us that how we can prolong our life, how we can live our life in a manner in which we fall very less, we fall ill, we should not fall ill, and moreover, what we can do best when we fall ill. So, as Acharya Charak says, Ayurveda is the aim of Ayurveda is swasthasya swasth rakshanam aturasya vikar prashmanam cha. That means the person who is already healthy can be saved by following Ayurveda, and the person who has got ill due to any reason can be treated or cured by Ayurveda. So Ayurveda has been focusing on preventing diseases and curing diseases. So this is what Ayurveda teaches us. Now, coming to the immunity perspective, Ayurveda has always believed that immunity is not a one-day process. I would like to say here that if you follow what regimen Ayurveda says and what lifestyle we teaches us, then there are chances that a person may not fall ill. So as per Ayurveda, the immunity is, we define it as by ojas. So that ojas is that vital essence that govern our physical, mental and spiritual health. Moreover, how this ojas is developed in our body, I'll tell you. So when we treat patients, like when patient come to us and they say we want to know कि हमारी immunity कैसी है and how we can build it. So one thing that I ask from a patient is always about their digestive complaints. So we correlate Ayurveda immunity by Agni, that we call it as digestive fire. So every individual coming to us has a different dosh prakriti. When we talk about Ayurveda, you might have heard of Vat, Pitta and Kapha. So these are three basic elements that everybody is made up of. So Vat denotes air, Pitta denotes fire, and Kapha denotes the water element in our body. So as everybody has a fixed genetic type, everybody has a fixed blood group. Similarly, the dosh prakriti in the body of an individual is defined by these three criteria. So when a patient comes to us or when a person comes to us, we analyze the dosh prakriti in the body. Like, if we say that pith has aggravated in the body, we say that your fire is not working properly. And that is the reason that person is having that particular ailment. So every disease in Ayurveda is correlated with these three doshas or the elements as I told you. So as ojas, as immunity, as I was telling you, it defines that a person's strength, a person's complexion, a person's digestive power, a person's tendency to fall ill, everything is governed by this ojas. And that is developed when you have a good digestive fire, that is Agni. So if you want to be healthy, you want to have a good immunity power, it is very important that the digestive fire of you is working properly. And for that, we have wonderful herbs. We'll guide you, we'll teach you that how you can build this Agni in the coming time. So this is how we work towards immunity. Then as our topic says, Ayurveda and immunity in perspective of COVID. So I would like to tell you that jo COVID pandemic WHO has declared, in January 2020 it has come up, and in March 2020 WHO has declared as it is COVID. So if we are talking about that COVID situation, if it would not have come up so vastly if we have worked on our immunity. So we are going to discuss that in the coming slide. So now I would also like to tell you that there are few things which Ayurveda has, and I can say that other sciences may not have that. So as Ayurveda originated, it says that it is a science which is working on the palliative treatment. That means it has always worked on Rasayan therapies, Vajikaran therapies, which other sciences may not have. If you go to a practitioner, so if you tell these are the symptoms you are having, so they are just working on the symptomatic treatment. But as an Ayurvedic practitioner, we are working as a holistic approach, and we are treating patients in a holistic manner by curing it in different pathies, like naturopathy, Ayurveda, likewise. So if I talk about the strength of Ayurveda, it says that as you know that Ayurveda has but it has good quality medicines. It has time proven researches that shows that there are good herbs that can be taken without diseases or with diseases. It is if you see price wise also, it is quite cheap. And there are things that can be shown in terms of Ayurveda strength. And when we prove about when you take Ayurvedic medicines, then only you come to know that these are the things that yes, Ayurveda can be worked upon. So talking about COVID, as I said that in January 2020, it has been declared as a matter of international emergency, and in March 2020 it has been declared as a world pandemic. So in Ayurveda, if I talk about pandemic, in our Samhita, we call it as Charak Samhita, it has been described that it is described under Jan Padodhvans. There is a chapter in Ayurveda which has talked about pandemics, and in that, we say that pandemics are caused due to four reasons: Vikrit Kal, Vikrit Desh, Vikrit Jal, and Vikrit Vayu. So these are four reasons that causes Jan Padodhvans. So if you see the origin of COVID, we call it as Vikrit Kal originated or Vikrit Desh originated, right? So as if we if we go in detail about that Jan Padodhvans treatment and all, so we are going to discuss that in the coming time. But in brief, I'll tell you that we have talked about that how we can cure this Janpadadvans by adapting the moral behavior about like in last time when if you have seen in the last year when COVID originated, every national TV was displaying Ramayana and Mahabharata. So there is a logic behind this. There is a reason behind it. We say that if there is any Janpadodhvans or pandemic happens, so that is due to pap karma also. And if we hear religious talk, if we pray, then the it can be subsided or it can be slowed down. So there is a reason behind it why it has been done. So and as you all know that COVID has affected our life in a very I would say severe way, because people have been locked under their homes. They are not being able to move out, and this has reduced the quality of life. And people have lost their life. This is so sad fact about COVID, that so many people have lost their lives in COVID, ranging from mild to moderate symptoms. So I am assuming that people coming towards Ayurveda, following Ayurveda and medicines, leading a good lifestyle can be helped out in subsiding this problem. So this is what COVID is. And in management of COVID, if we talk about, we'll talk about three principles. Three step by step, we'll talk about how we can cure, how we can prevent this pandemic to happen. Obviously, we are not sure that when this is going to stop, but yes, we can prevent the severity, of course. So first is the prophylactic measures, that we call it as the preventive measures. In Ayurveda, as I told you, it's a science that has its aim of preventing the diseases first. So we will be talking about the prophylactic measures or the preventive measures. Then we are going to talk about the symptomatic treatment, or what if a person has already got in touch with COVID virus, how we can prevent it by giving the symptomatic treatment, or how we can subside the symptoms by giving the medications. Then is the restoration through rasayana. Rasayans are those medicines I tell you in brief that rasayan are vaccine adjuvant. In Ayurveda, our main therapy is working towards Rasayan, because Rasayan is immunomodulators. These are immunoboosters. They give you a sense of longevity. They gives you a sense of pleasure. They gives you a sense of happiness. So if Rasayan gives you a feeling, like most of the people today complains about that they are having fatigue, they are not having the kind of strength that they should have at this particular age. So the reason of not having this thing is because they are lacking the Rasayan treatment in their body. They are not having that proper rejuvenation as one should have during this time or during any time of their lifetime. So we will be talking about rejuvenation with Rasayan drugs post COVID also. So first, coming to the prophylactic measures via immunoboosters. So how we can improve the immunity. First thing, Ayurveda has always talked about dincharya. Uh, Dincharya is not like just waking up, doing our normal course, and just going to sleep. This is not dincharya. Dincharya is following a particular regime throughout your entire day of 24 hours, and then you can achieve that state of dincharya, proper dincharya. So I'll give you in brief that how we can follow the dincharya. So waking up in the brahma muhurta is described in Ayurveda. It has a scientific reason behind it. When you get up in the morning, brahma muhurta is the time when like in the 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning. I know it's too early, but yes, if we practice it, if we get up early in the morning before sunrise, that is the time when there is a hormone called serotonin is released at that time, which is a hormone of happiness. So the bright light at that time gives you a feeling of happiness, and at that time, if you do meditation, you do something spiritual, it connects you to the higher level, because that is the time half of the world is asleep. So if you connect that time to the God, the prayers are listened, and it actually works. Just try it. So waking up in the Brahma Muhurta, then doing your basic hygiene course, and then taking out time for some mild exercises, some yoga, some meditation, and then you can just go to your normal work. You have to take care of your meal timings that I'm going to talk next. And then like at the evening, you have to make your habit to sleep early and to get up early. So, and there are many things that you can also include in your dincharya, as like you can do oil massages of your body. There is a different science called panchkarm which talks about this therapy, and we can talk that in sometimes later. But this is the basic thing that you can do in your daily. So getting up, doing the basic course, doing massages, meditation, doing your work, taking your meals on time is we call. And there are some other things like panchkarm that you can include in your dincharya routine. Then is eating correct. So it is also a part of dincharya. Ayurveda says, as this is a tip that I'm telling you as a weight loss expert, because I always tell people to eat on time. There, if we talk about food eating habits, there are things which we consider while designing a food plan for a person, and it says that the food should be as per the dosh prakriti, which I talked about, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. It should be as per the time. Time of meals is very important, because
जो वात पित्त कफ हैं वो भी दिन की ड्यूरेशन के हिसाब से चेंज हो रहे हैं. लाइक मॉर्निंग इज द टाइम ऑफ कफ काल, आफ्टरनून इज द टाइम ऑफ पित्त काल, एंड इवनिंग इज द टाइम ऑफ वात काल. सो अगर आप उस टाइम पर अगर सपोज कोई रात को ज्यादा खाना खाता है तो भी उसको दिक्कत होगी, because the digestive fire that Agni I talked about is weak at night, and that person will not be able to digest the food which he or she is taking. So time is very important, place is very important. Ayurveda has always emphasized that a person eating a food should, पद्मासन बोलते हैं या नॉर्मल सुखासन में बैठ के खाना चाहिए. उसका भी एक रीजन है, क्योंकि जब हम उस पॉस्चर में होते हैं तो जो हमारा स्टमक है वो, इफ यू सी, वो अंदर की तरफ प्रेस होता है, एंड एट दैट टाइम डाइजेस्टिव जूसेस आर सिक्रेटेड बेटर. सो place is very important. You should not just lie down, watch TV and eat, because at that time एक तो आपको पता नहीं चलता है what you are eating and what you are not eating. So and quantity का भी नहीं पता चलता है. Place is important, season is important. आयुर्वेद में एक ऋतुचर्या भी बताई गई है कि हमें इस ऋतु में ऐसी दिनचर्या का पालन करना चाहिए, हमें ये खाना चाहिए, हमें ये नहीं करना चाहिए. So ritucharya is seasonal regime that is there. क्वांटिटी ऑफ फूड एज ए नेचर ऑफ फूड. सो जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, अगर कोई पित्त प्रकृति का इंडिविजुअल है, अगर किसी की बॉडी में पित्त दोष बढ़ रहा है और वो बहुत स्पाइसी खाना खाएगा तो वो और बढ़ जाएगा, एंड देन आवर अग्नि विल गेट डिस्टर्ब्ड एंड आवर इम्यूनिटी विल गेट डिस्टर्ब्ड. सो दिस इज हाउ इट इज लिंक्ड. देन स्लीप. 8 आवर स्लीप इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. जो भी हमारे डे टाइम में हमारी बॉडी ने एक्सर्शन किया है, हमारा वियर एंड टियर हुआ है मेंटल और फिजिकल लेवल पे, सो टू रिस्टोर दैट बैलेंस sleep is very important, and we require at least 8 hours of sleep at night to recover ourselves from the daily exertion. आयुर्वेद में अगर हम बात करें तो आहार, निद्रा और ब्रह्मचर्य जो है वो आयुर्वेद के 3 पिलर्स बताए गए हैं. So there are 3 pillars of Ayurveda: Ahar, Nidra, and Brahmacharya. And if someone follows that, it gives you a kind of feeling that yes, we are totally healthy. So just keep that in mind. One important thing Ayurveda says about is Brahmacharya, which मैंने आपको बताया. It's not only like abstinence from the sex. It is not Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is following a good behavior or Sadvrit. So Sadvrit क्या है? Sadvrit, अब आजकल अगर हम कोविड के टाइम में बात करें तो सदवृत इज फॉलोइंग what government is saying to us, what the authorities are saying to us: keeping social distancing, wearing mask, keeping the basic hygiene of washing our hands, not going out if the work is not very essential. So these are all the moral conduct. If we follow in this time also, we can prevent the spread of COVID. So as I told you, that not only in time of COVID but otherwise also, if we follow good conduct, we can we can be fit physically, mentally, emotionally. And as you all know, that health is a state of physical, mental, and social well-being. So there is a factor called social. Social is already incorporated into this definition of health. If you check the WHO definition of health, it says social well-being. So here it comes that social well-being is important. Okay. So this is the prophylactic measures that one should follow to prevent the spread of COVID and to boost our immunity. Then coming to the symptomatic treatments. Symptomatic में as we know that COVID का जो first symptom आता है, that is fever है, किसी को sore throat है, किसी को nasal congestion है. These are the mild symptoms, we can say. Moderate में if we talk about, तो moderate में it goes to high fever and difficulty in breathing. So this is moderate but still can be manageable. And in the severe symptom, if anyone feels that lips or the tongue is getting bluish, so it has to be cured via going to the hospital and getting admitted there. So this is what the immediate emergency is. Then coming to the symptomatic treatment, as I told you, there are few herbs that works wonderfully in treating COVID. So those herbs we are going to talk about in detail. That what are those herbs that can prevent the spread of coronavirus, and those herbs are, to start off, as we all know, first one is giloy. So as we talked about Giloy in Ayurveda is that rasayan which is antipyretic also. So Giloy is not only the best rasayan that we have, it is the best medicine to cure fever also. But yes, the quantity, the preparation that has to be, and it is the ingredient of many classical Ayurvedic medicines that are used to treat fever and other ailments. So yes, there are things which we can work upon it, but Giloy, as in general, you can take to improve immunity. And the form of taking Giloy is 10 can be used. Decoction can be made of Giloy, and then you can have it. You can also get Giloy churn or Giloy tablet from the market, and then you can have it. Next is Tulsi. Tulsi is the goddess of medicine, I would say. It not only prevents you from it acts as an antibacterial, antiviral, antimicrobial, but it also prevents the negative energy around you. If you see, every one of us has a Tulsi plant in their house, and where our religious sentiments are attached to it, so it does prevent negativity from our mind and our place. So Tulsi is one herb which is very good during this time. Then comes cinnamon. Cinnamon has a very good content of vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E and zinc in it. आज से पहले हमने किसी ने जिंकोविट खाई हो या ना खाई हो, बट कोविड के टाइम में 90% लोगों ने जिंकोविट खाई है, because we came to know that multivitamin, mostly zinc and other vitamins and minerals, can boost immunity. So cinnamon is one thing which has naturally all these things in it. So we can eat cinnamon in the form of, we can add it in the tea decoction and other things. Then is black pepper. Black pepper is anti-malarial. So जो medicines हम hydroquinone malaria में देते हैं, black pepper has that ingredient in it. So if you just take black pepper on a daily basis, it can prevent you from infections like microbial infections or viral infections. Then ginger. आयुर्वेद में जिंजर को महाऔषध बताया गया है, मतलब this is the kind which can any, let's say. So क्यों इतनी अच्छी है ginger? Because ginger works on your agni. So as agni is directly related to immunity, it is directly related to your body. So that ginger is महाऔषध. It prevents जो आयुर्वेद है वो मानता है कि अगर हम गलत खाना खाते हैं या अगर हमारा खाने का डाइजेशन ठीक नहीं होता है, तो हमारी बॉडी में टॉक्सिन्स बनते हैं. उस टॉक्सिन को आयुर्वेद में बोला गया है आम फॉर्मेशन, and that toxin formation can be prevented by ginger. So taking ginger, you can just chew ginger, add a bit of rock salt to it and just chew it in your mouth. It prevent you from having any kind of infection also. Plus, if the toxins are produced in your body, that can be treated by having ginger or shunthi. Then a very important and very common herb to say with is turmeric. टर्मरिक हम सब आजकल ले रहे हैं गोल्डन मिल्क की फॉर्म में, एडिंग इट इन मिल्क एंड हैविंग इट. बट अगर आप नोटिस करो, सो ऑल द हर्ब्स व्हिच वी आर नाउ टेकिंग इन द फॉर्म ऑफ डिकॉक्शंस और नाउ वी आर टेकिंग इन द फॉर्म ऑफ टी या किसी भी फॉर्म में हम ले रहे हैं, these are all an inbuilt part of our garam masala. जो हम खाने में यूज करते हैं कॉन्डिमेंट्स, हल्दी है, गरम मसाला है, ये और उसका इनबिल्ट है ना पार्ट. So we can say that Indians have been using this condiment since ages, and that is why our immunity are bit strong as compared to other nations. It has been proven also that Indians have good immunity as compared to other nations. So if I would request you all, after this COVID ends, hope it ends soon, I would request you to please continue these measures after this pandemic also. This will make you stronger for preventing other diseases also. So just keep on eating these herbs as I suggested to you. And then as I told you about these herbs, now what general measures we can take to prevent this coronavirus from happening to us. So in general measures, we can do pranayam, we can do yoga. One pranayam that is very important during this time of pandemic is Ujjayi pranayam. In that you have to just sit in, take a deep breath. Just notice that your stomach is going in first and then your chest is going in. So taking a deep breath and then holding it and then exhaling it. So this is one kind of pranayam that helps you to retain oxygen. हम सबको पता है कि ऑक्सीजन की प्रॉब्लम हुई है. Yes, there are other factors behind it also, the kind of deforestation that has happened, but that is another issue. But yes, if we really want to retain oxygen in our body, we should do pranayam. We should increase our lungs capacity to hold oxygen. And that will come if we do daily pranayam, daily yoga, daily meditation. Anulom Vilom Pranayam is one such thing which we have been doing since ages, and all rishis acharyas have been told, have been telling this to us कि ये करना चाहिए हमें, but we forget our science, and we are going towards westernization. But yes, we should not forget our roots. So this is one thing that Ujjayi Pranayam can be done. Then, as I told you, that meditation, yoga in supine position, yoga in prone positions. Other yoga, Surya Namaskar, is one very good thing that builds the physical stamina and builds the mental strength also. Plus, it is very good as a digestive fire enhancer. So you can, if somebody is good at Surya Namaskar, you can just try 8 to 10 and then increase it as per your body strength. You do Surya Namaskar at home. So this is the general measures. Other than that, drinking warm water, doing steam inhalation, doing gargles. So these three things are very important for the प्राणवायु स्रोत और दी रेस्पिरेटरी ऑर्गन्स ऑफ आवर बॉडी. आपने देखा होगा कि पहले भी जब हमें कभी नॉर्मल कफ कोल्ड हो जाता था तो हम स्टीम लेते थे. तो स्टीम से क्या होता है, जो हमारे चैनल्स हैं, जो हमारा कफ फॉर्मेशन हो गया है बॉडी के अंदर, जो म्यूकस फॉर्मेशन हो गया है, वो डिसॉल्व होना शुरू हो जाता है. And if we add that something like black pepper, काली मिर्च, लौंग in that steam, तो वो क्या करती है, वो हमें एडिशनल बेनिफिट भी देती है. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था कि जो ब्लैक पेपर है वो एंटी माइक्रोबियल है, एंटी मलेरियल है. सिमिलरली दालचीनी, लौंग, आप इनका भी ऐड कर सकते हैं. यू मे ट्राई इट विद मिंट लीव्स, पुदीना लीव्स, अजवाइन लीव्स, सो दैट कैन ऑल्सो, अजवाइन का भी आप you can take that steam inhalation in your in your daily routine. So iske alawa, there are few medications that work very well for the prevention of COVID. But yes, those medications cannot be just taken without the guidance of the Ayurvedic practitioner. So you should consult the nearby Ayurvedic practitioner for the taking of the symptomatic treatment. And I would have seen, I have given treatment to patients who have, if I have seen that a person has got RT-PCR positive, from the day when I have started Ayurvedic treatment, that person has shown results. So if someone has started taking Ayurveda, not only after recovery from COVID, but during COVID also, the recovery has become faster. So Ayurveda has great such power. So in other symptomatic treatment, if you want to take as a general measure advice, you can start with Chavanprash. Chavanprash has 56, 58 herbs in it, including a very good amount of amla in it. Amla is one rasayan, one thing which has maximum amount of vitamin C in it. So if you take Chavanprash daily, it naturally builds up your immunity. Other than that, as I told you, turmeric milk, the decoction of herbs that I told you, steam inhalation, gargles, drinking hot water, that has already I've told you, and that helps during COVID. One thing which Ayurveda has mentioned in especially in the Urdhva Jatrugat, or I would say upper body disorders, is Kandush and Kaval and Gandush. So these are two. We call it as oil pulling. Basically क्या करते हैं हम, कवल में we just put a bit of oil in our mouth and we hold it, and gandush में we circulate it in our mouth. So you can just do it by putting आप coconut oil मुंह में रख सकते हो, या you can just जो आपने decoction लिया है आप उससे भी कर सकते हो this कवल and gandush. So this helps in treating. एक तो इससे उसका absorption अच्छा हो जाता है, plus जो general, अगर suppose करो कि virus has just entered into your mouth or nose, तो वो वहीं पर उसको we can subside it by if we are doing this practice regularly. So Kaval and Gandush is one thing. Another is Nasya Karm. Nasya is a part of Panchkarm. Panchkarm is comprising of 5 therapies or 5 procedures, which which out of which Nasya, in which is one kan, in which what we do is we put nasal drops in our nose, so that nasal drops are of medicated oil. उससे क्या होता है, because our brain sinuses are opening via nasal while nostrils, so जो भी हम नाक में डालते हैं वो तो वो सीधा ब्रेन तक जाता है, और दूसरा जो लोकली नोज के थ्रू, जैसे आपको पता है कि कोरोना वायरस इज एंटरिंग थ्रू नोज और माउथ, इफ यू डू नेजल, इफ यू डू नस्य कर्म डेली, तो उससे जो चांसेस हैं to get the infection reduces. So you can just put mustard oil, or you can put, there are Ayurvedic medications also. One such oil I can give you the example is Anutil, that you can put in your nose, one or two drops in each nostril early morning. So that is one thing which you can do at home as a general measure. Then there are Ayush, like Ayush Mantralaya, the government part has already introduced Ayush Kwath. So Ayush Kwath has all the ingredients which we have discussed, plus few other things in it which the classical Ayurveda has mentioned as a palliative treatment of Ayurveda. So Ayush Kwath can be taken, but I would still advise you to consult an Ayurvedic physician before going for any treatment. There are n number of medicines mentioned in Ayurveda, but जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था कि दोष प्रकृति के हिसाब से और अग्नि के हिसाब से ही मेडिसिन दी जाती है, तो ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई जनरल मेडिसिन है और वो सभी खा सकते हैं, बट कुछ फ्यू थिंग्स जो हमने डिस्कस की वो सभी लोग ले सकते हैं, लाइक च्यवनप्राश anybody can take. All these herbs which I discussed, anybody can take. There are few classical medicines also, but yes, that has to be calculated as body में उस प्रॉब्लम कितनी है, उस इंसान की प्रकृति कैसी है, उसकी अग्नि कैसी है, उसके हिसाब से ही we design the treatment and we suggest. Then as coming to the diet of related to COVID, so I would say कि diet की जहाँ तक हम बात करते हैं तो हमें high protein diet लेनी है, because COVID में one of the major symptom is fatigue. तो जो fatigue आ रहा है वो ना हो, उसके लिए तो हमें high protein diet लेनी है, जिसमें you can include मूंग दाल, छिलका, whole grains, paneer, soya. Those who are non-vegetarians can go for eggs. So this has good amount of protein in it, and it will help you prevent that fatigue. Plus, moreover, जो भी vitamins and minerals, include as many foods as you can include in our diet to get all the vitamins and minerals available in them. Every fruit has something different in it. अगर आप आयुर्वेद के हिसाब से पूछोगे तो हम ऐसा बोलते हैं कि सीजनल फ्रूट्स खाने चाहिए, so उसका बॉडी में एब्जॉर्प्शन भी अच्छा होता है, and you know that gives you the proper nutrient. Cold storage के foods we don't advise much, but yes, if you can get the seasonal fruits, these days we are getting mango, so it has ample amount of vitamin C, vitamin A and fiber in it, so you can go for it. But ऐसा नहीं है हर चीज एक restricted amount में ही खाई जाती है. Don't overeat anything. Overeating has its own side effects. But you can include good amount of fruits in your diet. You can include good amounts of dals in your diet, whole grains in your diet, pulses, sprouts. So this will give you all the essential nutrients that is required during COVID and post-COVID also. So just take care of your diet. Drink plenty of water. Hydration is very important. Fever में भी पानी ज़्यादा पीते हैं, उसका रीजन यही है कि वासोवेगल शॉक हो जाता है, बिकॉज अगर आपके टिश्यूज तक ऑक्सीजन या वाटर नहीं पहुंच पाएगा, so it has very serious consequences. So just drink ample amount of water and stay hydrated. You can take vegetable soups, juices, coconut water, normal plain water, glucose water, ORS, anything, but you have to keep yourself hydrated. And this is all about the symptomatic treatment. Now coming to the rejuvenation post-COVID. As I have told you that rasayans or vaccine adjuvants are those things which as per Ayurveda are working as rasayans in our body. तो rejuvenation आता है रसायन herbs लेने से, proper diet खाने से, meditation करने से, proper sleep लेने से, proper rest लेने से, good act करने से, happy रहने से, स्ट्रेस फ्री रहने से, और जो भी आपके मतलब what you are doing, like कुछ लोग होते हैं which can beat stress by pursuing some hobby, or involve yourself in something or the other. Keep yourself busy. Don't stress yourself about this pandemic. So this is and don't give stress to others also by spreading about this. Just we can, this at this time the only thing in our hand is we can prevent this disease to happen to us by building up our immunity, keeping ourselves healthy, and pray. So this is what we can do. So rasayan therapy, or the ayurved, which says that rasayan is that thing which can gives us the feeling of longevity. So one such rasayan is amla, another is chavanprash. There are many other herbs. Ayurved में रसायन के भी divisions हैं. Like one rasayan is which gives you a feeling of longevity, which gives you a feeling of pleasure, which gives you a feeling of happiness. Another rasayans are जो हम daily use करते हैं. जैसे for example cow milk or ghee is another rasayan. And third rasayans are those which are used to treat diseases. So as I told you that जो disease वाला treat करने का part है, that can be done only by analyzing the dosh prakriti and your agni, so that can be taken symptomatic treatment. जो भी आपको problem है, you can consult the Ayurvedic practitioner for that. Okay, so meanwhile you can start with these therapies. And then like as I told you ki, we have talked about prophylactic measures, we have talked about symptomatic measures, and we have talked about rasayanas. So if you follow what all I have said, I can assure you that not only in the times of COVID, but after this COVID stop, you can always rely to Ayurveda and rely to this our ancient modern science to keep yourself healthy. So this is one science that if you follow, this is the basic science that teaches us the how we can prolong our life, how we can keep ourselves happy. So with this, I wish you a health, a kind of health that everybody wants, a happy soul, a happy mind, and a happy body. So I wish that we all keep safe. We can just protect ourselves from this pandemic. God bless us all. Thank you so much. And any questions if you have, you may please ask.
Thank you, Dr. Ankurita, for this wonderful talk. I'm sure the audience has learned a lot today, and this is going to benefit them immensely in this crucial time. So, we do have some queries for you, and I will be just reading out those queries. So, the
Yeah.
first query that we have is from Achint Jindal. And
Yeah.
the question is, ma'am, please tell the immunity booster things that we can get after vaccination. So, once the vaccination is done, what can we use as an immunity booster?
Yeah. So after the vaccination is done, it is important to keep a check on your diet. It is very important to keep a check on your diet. As I told you, you should take high protein diet, you should take high fiber diet, you should include ample amount of fruits in your diet, you should take good amount of water in your diet, because usi se hi you can sustain your immunity. So vaccination is not the cure for this. The cure is to build up the strong immunity, and this you can, and moreover you can follow जैसे मैंने आपको बताया आयुर्वेद में बताया गया है, you can eat chavanprash daily, you can take amlas, you can do meditation, some yoga pranayam to keep yourself healthy and to build up the immunity after this vaccination.
Okay, so we have another question from Abida Kohli. How dosh prakriti of a person is determined?
We have a set of questionnaires we have a fixed set of questionnaires, and also with nadi pariksha we can analyze the dosh prakriti. So that questionnaires has to be asked from that individual, and with experience also, by seeing that person, by seeing his behavior, his nature, and the tongue examination, the nadi examination, we analyze the dosh prakriti.
Okay, so we have another question from a student, Safalta, and she's asking if Agni, that is fire, is not proper, then one should include ginger in the diet or not?
Yes, one should include ginger. You can add rock salt to it and a bit of lemon, and then you can have it before meals to improve the agni.
Okay. So we don't have any other question in the chat window, but if any of the participants want to ask the question directly from Dr. Ankurita, the participant, whosoever wants to ask is most welcome. Do we have any other participant who wants to ask a question? So Dr. Ankurita, I have a question,
Yeah.
and I just wanted to know what is the efficacy of Coronil, because, Coronil is being said as a, wonder drug that can be used for COVID treatment. So what is your comment on that?
See, Coronel, I would say that as I have talked about many herbs in our talk today, and this, if you see the ingredients of Coronel kit, it has all those rasayans in it. So if you see, it has त्रिकटु, it has अश्वगंधा, it has गोदंती, it has जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था कि black pepper, काली मिर्च, cinnamon, दालचीनी, अश्वगंधा, शंख पुष्पी, these are all rasayans. So coronal जो है वो, I would not say that it can prevent corona to happen, or it can, if somebody has got corona, so if by just taking coronal kit that person can be cured, I don't think so. But yes, if someone has not got the moderate to high symptoms, the person is having just the mild symptoms and can be taking coronal kit, so it can just enhance the immunity. So my take is that a person if has not even got the infection can also take this coronal kit, and it is not the cure, but yes, it is the preventive measure that one can go for.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Ankurita. Now may I request Dr. Narendra Kumar, Head Department of Biotechnology, to give vote of
Can
thanks.
I ask a question?
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
Hello, ma'am. Thank you for your talk. मैम आई वांटेड टू आस्क, ये जो दोष प्रकृति होती है, ये डॉक्टर जो प्रैक्टिशनर्स होते हैं वही बता सकते हैं, या खुद से भी हम जान सकते हैं कि हमारा बॉडी का क्या दोष प्रकृति है?
वैसे तो ये डॉक्टर ही बता सकते हैं, बट कुछ चीजें होती हैं जिससे, क्योंकि ये ना चेंज होती रहती है, दिस इज नॉट फिक्स्ड. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर हो सकता है अभी आपकी बॉडी में पित्त बढ़ा हुआ है, तो 2 दिन बाद आपकी बॉडी में पित्त ठीक हो जाए. तो दिस हैज टू बी एनालाइज्ड एज पर दी लाइक आपकी बॉडी की कंडीशन के, एंड जो प्रैक्टिशनर होता है वही इसको बता सकता है कि इस समय आपके कौन सा दोष.
Is it also like प्रकृति के साथ आपकी बॉडी के कुछ एक सिम्टम्स भी चेंज होते हैं, like how do you feel that changes depending upon कि क्या प्रकृति है?
Yes, of course. For example, अगर आपकी बॉडी में वात बढ़ रहा है, तो आपको कहीं ना कहीं ड्राइनेस फील होने लगेगा बॉडी में. अगर आपकी बॉडी में कफ बढ़ रहा है, तो आपको कहीं ना कहीं स्वेलिंग लगने लगेगा बॉडी में. तो ये symptoms also changes as per those changes.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, we have another question. We have a very inquisitive audience. So this question is from another student of ours, Deepak Mishra. He is asking, can we use mustard oil instead of anu oil?
Yes, yes. Mustard oil can be used.
Okay, so I think we have almost taken up all the queries. Okay, so we don't have any more further queries. So now I request Dr. Narendra Kumar, Head Department of Biotechnology, to give vote of thanks.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Hindu. Good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Narendra, and I am here to present the vote of thanks for today's webinar. I would like to thank our guest, Dr. Ankuriti Gupta, for enlightening us with their knowledge. Today's webinar was full of knowledge and interesting things. It gave a deep insight into the topic and also revealed some interesting facts. Dr. Gupta told us about the role of Ayurveda and individuals' immunity in the management of COVID pandemic was really informative. I am pretty sure the precious knowledge that Dr. Gupta gave us will definitely help us saving our lives and prepared us to protect from current pandemic situation. Once again, I would like to thank Dr. Gupta for taking out some out time from their busy schedule and enlightening us with the knowledge. Thank you so much. I would also like to thank our director, sir, for giving permission to organizing this webinar session. I want to thank the faculty members of department who really worked to make this event successful. Also, thank you to all the students and participants present here for paying your attention and learning. I would end my words here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the vote of thanks. So we have come to the end of a wonderful session. I wish all of you to stay healthy and safe. Hope that this pandemic would end soon. Once again, thank you, Dr. Ankurita, for enhancing our knowledge. Thank you, participants, for being such an inquisitive audience. Thank you, everyone.
Have a nice day, all. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.